Hello, everyone. Welcome to the farm. Today, I'll be talking about plantain farming. As usual, I am your host. I'm your favorite farmer. Today, we'll be talking about four common mistakes that farmers make in their plantain farm. These mistakes are very common, but very expensive. They are costly, so you shouldn't make this mistake. You should try your possible best to avoid these things. You should reduce these things to the minimum. You're not going to be 100% perfect in your farming experience. You're not going to do all the work, but one thing that is certain is that there's always going to be an improvement in your farm. There's always going to be an improvement in your farm. Tips will help you to make more money. These tips will improve your farming experience. Tip number one: don't plant all the suckers that comes into your farm. Yeah, always sort your suckers. Um, the farmers that are gonna sell the suckers to you are always gonna sell the propagated ones. They will sell the pepper sucker. Um, it is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. They will sell the pepper sucker, because when ordering, you're always gonna order in large quantities, maybe from 500 to 1,000. They produce, you know, large quantity of suckers. So when they are selling it, when they are producing these things, they will produce the pepper ones. Always sort out the big ones, the fat ones. Sort them out, plant them first. Like for example, if you want to, plant in an acre. If you want to plant in an acre, you should be planting about 600 to 700 plantains. Order 1,000. When the 1,000 comes in, you could sort out maybe 600. Yeah, so sort out the big ones, maybe 600 of the big ones, the fat ones, the ones you sorted out, the ones you planted in the best location, the ones you've planted first are always going to do well. So sort out your suckers, plant the big ones, plant the ones that weren't propagated. The farmers, they can um bring out a single sucker, cut it into 4 to 6 or even 8 different parts, and sell to you as 8 suckers. So how are you going to expect 8 propagated suckers to grow faster than a single natural sucker? They are all going to be pepper sucker, but there is a difference between a single sucker that wasn't propagated and the propagated ones. The propagated ones are gonna grow. They are gonna grow, but it will take them time. They are prone to diseases, they are prone to other things. So always sort out your planting suckers before planting. Point number two: never apply herbicides, pesticides, whatever side into your farmland. Never do that. Employ manual weeding, manual labor. There's a machine, I think they call it weeder. Yeah, a weeder can also do it if you can't afford the manual labor. This advice that you weed every 2 months. Me, I weed every month. Yeah, I've already um arranged with the worker. I have a standby worker. I have a farm worker that weeds every month, or at least every 1.5 months. So it depends on the area, and it depends on your soil. It depends on how stubborn the weeds in the area are. In my own area, the weeds are very stubborn. As you can see, the weeds are very stubborn. You can see how tall these weeds are. Use manual labor. Always use manual labor if you want your crops to grow better and faster and healthier. Use manual labor. Point number three: always apply fertilizers or manure. When I first started, I only applied it during the planting process. Manure and fertilizer both play important roles in the farm, but they serve different purposes. Manures are organic matters that come from animal waste, while fertilizers are chemicals or natural substances designed to provide specific nutrients to the plants. It took me like 5 months to realize that, oh my god, my crops were not doing well. My crops were just, they were just struggling. And part of it was because I applied herbicide in the farm when they were like 1 month old or so, or even less, maybe 2 weeks or 1 month old. So these things affected the growth of my plants. And after 5 months, I was wondering, I was almost going into depression. I was asking questions. Why are these crops not growing? Why are these crops not growing? They're supposed to be doing well. I checked uh, a farm, in my area, and the farm was, doing well. 2 months older than mine, and they were, fat, and they were just, bouncing. I was like, what is wrong? Did I make any mistake? Could it have been that the farmers that sold the suckers to me, could it have been that they sold the bad ones to me, or did I get the good suckers? Things like that. So, but after some research, I found out that I was making a very silly mistake. I never knew that plantains loved manures or fertilizers. They love these two. They love it. Always apply these things into your farm. After applying manure or fertilizer, it takes like a month for you to see the changes. For them to start feeding from these nutrients. That you applied into the soil. So I advise that you apply either manure or fertilizers every 3 months. Yeah, just give this in an interval of 3 months. Every 3 months, try to apply something. If it's manure, apply. You can apply manure as much as possible in a single hole, in a single sucker. You can apply as much as possible. You know, don't allow it to touch the stem. Apply as much as possible. But when it comes to fertilizers, I will take the advice of the company that sold it to you. They have the required quantity meant for a sucker or something. So don't um apply much into the soil when it comes to fertilizers. The best fertilizer to use in your plantain farm should be the NPK 15-15-15. Use it. It has nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, I think. Yeah, so use this um, NPK. Use the NPK 15-15-15 in your farm and enjoy, at least in Nigerian soil. Point number 4. Don't expect your plants to grow at the same pace. All of them are not gonna grow at the same pace. Some of them are gonna be, growing like giants. Some are gonna be growing small, small. So all of them are not gonna, grow at the same time. All of them are not gonna start fruiting at the same time. But plantains, they are survivors. They know how to fight. They can fight even when they don't have nutrients, even when there's no nutrient or maybe little nutrient in the soil. They will keep on fighting even when you don't have a loamy soil, like me. I don't have a loamy soil. I have a sandy soil. My plantains, they keep fighting and struggling, doing well. They will always prevail at last. So don't expect maximum return in your first year. You might not even have any harvest in the first year. It might come after um 1 year and 6 months or something like that. 1 year, 3 months, but don't expect 100% uh harvest. Don't expect that. Plantains, they are always gonna make you smile. You will always smile to the bank when it comes to plantain farm. Just give your plantain farm patience. Give it patience and smile later. So don't expect 100% return in your first year.
Bonus point is always hydrate your plantain farm. Remember, a well hydrated plantain farm is a thriving one. Don't forget to provide your plants with regular and ample water. This will enable them to grow healthy.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.